Mother's Day. It's Mother's Day in my household today. So we're gonna do a Mother's Day brunch on a budget. So I have a lot to do, so without further ado, let's get it, let's go. Let's hit those pots, come on. All right, here we go. Before I begin, I want to tell you I am using pantry staples. This is not like an extreme budget. It's just a way to do something inexpensively. So that being said, I'm going to be using things like butter. I can't really think of anything else I'm going to use. Oh, I might use some sugar. And one of the things I'm going to make 3 ways. And in order to do that, I needed like maybe a handful of chocolate chips that I have left over from the holidays. So I'm going to show you that. So let's go over the haul. I got some. Now I went to 3 different stores, I think, to get this stuff so I can get the best prices, and I'll pop them up as we go. Some things I already had in my house, like the whipped topping. It was cheaper somewhere else, I think, but I'll put the price up. So I got some carrots. I got some breakfast sausage. I got a box of Just Add Water pancake waffle mix. I have some Colby Jack cheese. I got a great deal of some granola bars. I have some yogurt. Now, the yogurt I have out there is not the yogurt that I'm going to put up the price for or the picture. And that's because Eric won't be able to eat it. But had he not had the dairy issues, I'd use what we put up there. I got some eggs. I have a cucumber. Now, Aiden chopped off half of my cucumber, but I have another cucumber on the way. I got strawberries. I have 3 potatoes. That's just under 2 pounds right there. I have a bunch of bananas, some tomatoes, some tortillas. I got those on sale, and I got a tiny bit of sliced ham. So first thing we're going to do is start on the thing I was talking about with the different ways I'm going to make it. Before I begin, I'm going to leave all of the measurements and ingredients and all that in the description box below. You don't really need to pay that close attention. But we're going to be making some muffins. So I have some of the pancake mix. I have some water. I have in here, I have a 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, a teaspoon of cinnamon. Right here, I have some of Eric's dairy-free chocolate, same in there for the top. Right here, I took a portion of my banana, chopped it up, and put it in there. Let's get to making. To the bowl, we're going to add the pancake mix and the water. Make sure this is 1 1/3 cup. Yep, 1 1/3 cup of water. Give it a mix. All right, let's divide this up. All right, so I did it as evenly as I could. The first one, we're going to put about 2 tablespoons of chocolate chips in there. Like I said, it was just a handful. Let me get everything mixed together first before I start using this whisk. Brown sugar, cinnamon. Hold on a second. All right, that's all mixed together. I'm going to do about half of that in the batter. And we'll save a little bit for the top. Third one, we're going to add, I had this sitting by the return of my oven to start softening the bananas a little bit because they were quite ripe. Going to put that in there. And I'm going to add a pinch of vanilla. I have to get it out, I forgot. Going to do about a half a cap full of the vanilla. Now we're going to combine everything. I'm going to start with the chocolate chips because I guess, yeah, I'll start. Just mix everything together. Done? Done? And done. Okay, let me get the muffin trays out and show you what we're going to, well, not muffin. I'm using the cupcake size. For some reason, I can't locate my muffin pan. All right, so I'm going to use a 1/4 cup measuring cup to put these in. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to keep going and see how many this gives me. It's the banana. All right, everything's in there. I got exactly what I needed. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to throw a couple of chocolate chips on top, just so maybe they'll be sitting there a little bit. I don't know. That's the plan. They're probably going to melt right down into it, but hopefully not. All right, that's that. The cinnamon brown sugars. I'm just going to take a little bit. You see I did it up there a little bit. Sprinkle it right on top. I'm thinking on the banana ones that I did, since I have a little bit of this extra cinnamon sugar, I'm going to put some of that on top of those as well. Or until I run out, I should say. So put a little bit down on the banana. I hadn't planned on it, but since I already have it made, I might as well use it. All right, those are going in a 375 preheated oven, 375 degree preheated oven. That was probably going to come out a little squatty, but all right, onward, forward. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna peel up these potatoes because we're gonna use these. And we're going to try and do them like maybe home fries. I don't know how many I'm going to get out of those potatoes, but that's all the money I had in the budget for that. I'm sorry if the lighting is bad. I think it's something in the camera. I've been trying to figure it out. I just can't figure out the lighting or how to adjust the lighting. So these could have been peeled a little bit better, but it's okay. That little bit of skin won't bother me. I'm going to rewash these. So what I'm going to do is you're going to cut these however you would want your home fries cut. That's how you're going to do it. I'm going to cut these into thirds, and then I think I'm going to cube it up because I think that'll be the best way to go today. Like that. And then I'm going to cut out all the bad spots. So I see. Hold on. There's my little knife. And we're just going to, I'm going to do them like little cubes today. Normally I make them like big fat rounds, but I think this way will go a little bit farther with them. So we're going to do like small squares. Kind of like that. That's what I'm going to do. All right, so I'm coming down to the last piece here. What I'm going to do when I'm done chopping this last little piece up, I'm going to rinse these off real quick, and then we're going to go over to the stove. All right. The muffins are done. I'm a little discouraged about the coloring on the chocolate chip ones, but it's going to be what it be. We're going to let those cool off. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to slice up some tomatoes and carrots and cucumber just for munchy foods. We're not having a dip. It's just for munching. So that's what we're going to do. If you want to make a dip, you can make some if you had sour cream. You can make the onion soup mix at home. But I'm just going to chop this up. And we're going to... Ow! I just split my finger open. Be careful with your knives. I just split my finger open. So all I'm going to do is just slice that. We're going to cut these into slices, and the cucumber too. I think everybody knows how to cut a cucumber. So that's what I'm going to do. All right, I sliced up all of the carrots because even if they don't eat them all, they'll still eat them if they're half. I did half of the cucumber and one of the tomatoes. So remember, there's still double this out there. All right, so we're going to make, I'm going to try and make, I've never made these before. They're tortilla flours. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut some strips into the tortilla. I'm using my knife just to try and keep it as straight as I can get it, but it's not rocket science, it's food. There we go. So we're going to cut a bunch of strips like that into our little thing right here. And we're going to get as many as we need to make as many as you want. Okay? So just let me get all these strips cut out and I'll show you what to do with them. All right, so I have some strips. I'm going to take, I already made one. I was trying to see what it would look like if I put a piece of lettuce on the side, but it didn't really work out well. But they're going to be like little, that was a little tight. Take up. It's got to be like little flowers. So what you do is you take a strip of the tortilla. You take a slice of ham. She cut my ham too thin. I told her thicker like you would cut cheese. So what you're going to do is you're going to take something round, maybe a shot glass. I don't know. This is just like a little cup I got from Dollar Tree. Okay? You got to do little circles. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your knife and you're going to cut the circles in half. You're going to do the same thing to the cheese. I'm using the Colby Jack. So you're going to do the same thing to the cheese. Now you're going to do is you're going to lay these up here like that. Let me get one more half. Yeah, I wish she would have cut this a little bit thicker, but we're here now and try to figure it out. We could also just do pinwheels. I just wanted to make this like a little bit cuter than that. Then you put your pieces of cheese like that. Try to get them as close to the edge as I can so I can get as many out as I can. But whatever we can't make like this, we'll make like regular old pinwheels. So like that. Now you could put something in these as far as flavor goes, but I feel like they could just dip it. Like you could run some mayonnaise or mustard down the thingy here. I'm going to use this pointy piece right there in the middle. Okay? Now you need a toothpick to hold it together. And you're just going to roll it over as tight or as loose as you want. I did that one kind of tight, so it didn't come out too floury. There you go. Just take your little toothpick and stick it in there, just like that. I think what I'm going to do, though, is I'm just going to do some pinwheels. I'm going to make a couple of the flowers, and then I'm just going to roll them out to pinwheels, because this will take all day to get this many done. Put these pieces on here. Okay. And again, you could put down mayonnaise, mustard, Dijon, whatever it is you want to do. Okay. And then for these, you just roll it up normal. I'm going to put one on this side and one on that side. And then you roll these up normally. And then you cut your little pinwheels out of them. And then you start, this knife isn't sharp enough. Let me get a sharp knife. Okay. And these will look like those. And we'll put something to hold those together. But I'm going to make a bunch of these, and I'm going to make some for Eric. And those of you who don't know, if you're new here, Eric is my grandson. He has severe food allergies, so sometimes I have to make things different for him than I do for us. I don't include his stuff in our budget. Like if I have to use specialized cheese for him and I'm doing a budget, I just take out his portion out of what I have and then swap it out for what he can have. So that's all I'm going to do. Onward, forward. All right, so I have those laying down for now. I'm going to put them in the refrigerator. This is the dairy-free. What I used was whatever ham I had, and then I used a slice of his, or a slice and a half of his provolone. I still have some cheese left in here, but for now, that's all we're doing. The extra tortillas, let's talk about it. There's quite a few in here. You could cut, let me see how many do I have? 1, 2, 5, 6. You could cut these into triangles, into strips, and you can make tortillas out of them. I'm not going to do it today, but I have in the past, and I put ranch on them. Like as soon as they come out of the oil, put some ranch on it. Fabulous. If I was feeding more people, I would do that. But at this point, I'm going to have a lot of food left over. So I'm just going to leave out the things that we have extra at the end. All right, so I just rinsed out the bowl I used to make the muffins. I'm going to start with a small amount because I don't know how many it's going to make. So we're going to start with 2 cups of the Just Add Water pancake waffle mix. You're going to add 1.5 cups of water. And here's the part that makes it waffle. Or makes it a waffle, because you don't add this to the pancakes. 1/3 cup of neutral tasting oil. I have vegetable oil. I mean, if you want to taste it, you can, but no. All right, give it a mix. And then we're going to let it sit for 2 to 3 minutes while I preheat my waffle iron. All right, so I got that preheated. I have it sprayed down pretty good. I poured some of my batter in here, and we're just going to make some waffles. And what you're going to do when you put it in there is you level it off, because you don't want it overflowing, which I just did. So I just don't overfill it like I did. Try not to anyway. All right. All right, we're just going to close the lid on this, and we're going to let her waffle. Hopefully I didn't put too much in there. Okay. Whoop. That is done. that's my first one. They always come out a little wonky when I first do things, so I'll get better at it as I go. But we're just going to break these apart and put them on the plate, and I'm going to repeat that process. All right, they're turning out better as I go. I wanted to make sure. The other ones came out kind of thin, so I added a little bit more of the mixture to it. So there you go. Now they're coming out like I like them. All righty. I had to put that one back in for a minute. Let me show you how many that made. Whew. I made a wonky looking one. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm going to say that's 14 because that's real thin, and a piece. Oops. There you go. For the potatoes, I'm going to use some olive oil, which is not out here. I'm going to rehydrate some onion. I have some paprika, some onion powder, some garlic powder, and some Italian seasoning. I might use some of the garlic, but we'll see. All right, in these 2 pans in the back here, I'm going to cook the breakfast sausage. Gonna put a little oil in there to begin with. I took off all of the casings because we don't like, well, I don't know about we don't like. I don't like the casing, ergo, they don't like the casing because I cut it all off. That's gross. No. So we're gonna cook those in the back. And they'll still stay together without the casing on them. And if not, it doesn't really matter anyway, because even if it was crumbled, we'd still eat it. All right, so I'm handling some raw meat. I gotta wash my paws. And then I'm back to put the potatoes in there. All right. I'm gonna add these potatoes in there. Just try to shake off any water that's still on them. All right, I'm going to add a bunch of seasonings to this so it can all cook all at the same time. Going to add some seasoned salt, some paprika, some pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, Italian seasoning, you know, I always say use what you have in your house, and this is what I have, and I think most people have. Let's give that a little bit of a mix. I do have onions that I'm going to rehydrate. You know what? I think I have some onion in my refrigerator chopped up. Instead of rehydrating this, I could use that. Let me take a look and see what I can find. I'll be right back. Yep. I had a little bit of onion, and it's starting to get liquidy. So I'm going to throw that in there. I was willing to do it without, so like I say, it could be fine without. It's not very much, but it's something. I'm debating on whether I should add it or not because it wasn't in the budget, but it's going to go bad. Heck with it. All right, so we're just going to cook these until everything is soft and the potatoes have sufficiently browned. Oops. The sausage in the back over here, we're just gonna, I don't want to do that. I was gonna use my spatula in there. I don't want to do that. And we're just gonna roll these around in the pan until they're cooked all the way through. And while this is doing, we're going to go over there. We're going to start cutting up some vegetables. All right, so we're going to make some yogurt cups. Again, I don't think I'm going to make all of it because I just don't want it to go to waste. But I will show you what it's made and how much more you can make. Okay? So all I'm going to do right now is I'm going to slice these up so we can put them on top of our yogurt cups. So I'm going to do the best I can to get them sliced little. These things I've had for some time now. I bought them from Dollar Tree back when everything was still like $1.25. I don't know what they are now or if they even still have it. All right, so I'm just going to slice up these strawberries. Just like in little pieces. Just like that. And we're going to put it in over there when I'm done. And then I'm going to do the same thing to some of the banana so that when we do our layers with the yogurt cups, you could either have strawberry, you could have banana, you could have whatever you want. I wanted to wait till the end to do this part before I do the eggs, the last of it. All right, so let me finish slicing these up. I'm going to do the same thing to the banana as I go. I got a little injury there, so. Just like that, same size. That's all I'm doing. To the strawberries and the banana. Because then they can have strawberry banana. All right, I got chaos going on my countertop here. But what I'm doing is I took my granola bars that I bought on sale and I smashed it with the rolling pin. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit in the bottom of each cup. Okay? And then we're going to add some yogurt, maybe a little bit of fruit, maybe a little bit more of the granola bar. This is dairy-free, so it looks a little bit different than what you're probably typically used to seeing. At least it is for me. It's much thinner than regular yogurt, and it's been in the refrigerator. Just got to put like a spoonful down in there. Put a little bit of strawberry down in that one. And I have a lot more of the fruit. I just wanted to kind of figure out how I wanted to do it first. Put a little bit of banana down on this one. Could do both if you'd like. Then we'll add a little bit more granola. Add some more yogurt. Okay. And we're just going to keep doing that until we get to the top. This is the banana one, I think. Let's throw some banana and strawberries together. Okay, we'll do one more layer, and then this is done. Okay, and just a little bit more fruit on top. Booyah, that's done. I've mixed the fruit around so much in these, it doesn't even matter at this point. There you go. And that's what they're going to look like. They have nice little layers. Can you see that? Nice little layers in there. All right, I'm going to put those in the refrigerator and finish making the rest. All right, in this bowl, I put a dozen eggs, salt, pepper, and what we call milk. in here. I'm not going to cook those until very last. Sausage is done. Potatoes are just finishing browning up. Yeah, those are done. Ooh, almost burnt some on the bottom. I like those crispy ones. Those are my favorite. But that's done. Never did add any garlic to it, but it's all right. We have enough seasoning in here to carry it. All right, I have to make one more thing before we stop. The last thing I'm going to do is make the eggs. Those are all done, and that's the extra granola bars that I have. All right, there are all the rolls. The little plate on the right is Eric's Dairy Free. There's the potatoes and the sausage, all done. And there are the eggs. I forgot to show you me cooking them, but they're just scrambled eggs. Nothing super hard to do. And there's our Mother's Day brunch at almost dinner time. Took me all day. But we're going to take a look at everything. We have the Belgian waffles. We have the potatoes, the home fried potatoes with the sausage, eggs. We have some muffins. We have some drink. We have more drink than that there. We have yogurt cups. We have sliced strawberries and bananas for the waffles. We have the whipped topping for the waffles, both dairy and dairy free. We have extra strawberries. We have the vegetable platter over there on the side. We have the pinwheels down here in the front, and we got some extra granola bars. Now let me make my plate and I'll show it to you.
If you get any benefit at all from my content, you can help me out by clicking like, share, commenting, and definitely hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video.
Happy Mother's Day! I can't get everything on our plate. We tried to get it all in on the table, but we really can't. And we don't want everything to get cold, so let's just dive right in. Start with your potatoes and your eggs because that's easy. They're really good, right? They're always good though. And the eggs are just regular old scrambled eggs. I think the things that I'm more concerned about you tasting on camera is the roll up, the waffle, the yogurt, and the muffin. Whichever muffin you want, okay? So let's dive into the waffle. He has dairy-free whipped cream on there. That's that, right? Some strawberry. Let's go. My end was a little crunchy, but that's good. Did you have a crunchy end? Yeah, they got a little crunchy. Let me get a yogurt, and we can taste that, and then we'll get a drink and then have a muffin. Okay? I have to get up and get a cup. I forgot a cup. All right. Eric's never had this before. Ever, ever, never, ever. Go ahead. I'm watching him. You like that? Yeah. Oh, and that granola in there? That's good. All right. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. I just got to get a drink. All right. So we got a drink to rinse our mouth out. I'm going to try this one. I think this is the vanilla. Oh, it's stuck. Oh, boo. Mine's stuck. That's right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to stick my fork in and grab a piece like this.
Oh, yeah, mine's stuck a little bit.
You're stuck too?
Yeah.
I just broke a piece off. Yeah, it's stuck a little bit. It's all right. You ready? Let's go. That's good. It's a little spongy, little donut-y kind of a.
Yeah.
Not bad though.
It's good.
Not bad at all. While we were gone, Eric ate one of his pinwheels. He said, tastes like a ham sandwich. So I think that's it. Everything else is just normal, everyday food. So let me get everybody in here, get them fed, and see what they think about it, and we'll see you at the wrap-up. Bye-bye. Dinner's over. How'd we do? Hi, Tyler.
Hi.
Let me get over there with you. I kicked the camera. Here I am. My baby up here. Can't stand it. What'd you think about our Mother's Day brunch?
This was really good. I loved it, and you did a very good job.
Aw, thank you. All right, come on over here, Aiden. What did you, come over here. What did you think about the Mother's Day dinner, I was gonna say, Mother's Day brunch?
It was really, really good.
What'd you like the best? Is there anything you like my nose is itching.
The egg.
That, besides the egg, out of the things that we don't normally have, like the muffin, the waffles, you had the pinwheels. I can't think what else. I made so much I can't remember.
I really like the muffins.
Muffins? They were good?
Mhm.
The banana one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the banana one, I love that. We have a lot of food left over. Way more than I thought we were going to. So we're eating this again tomorrow. Let me get Eric. All right, I got Eric. So what did you think about the Mother's Day brunch? And of the new things, what did you like the best?
I liked it a lot. Everything was amazing. And what I liked the best would have to be the yogurt.
The yogurt, oh, it was brand new to him. Yeah, it was all good. It wasn't that there something super stood out. I just always ask them, what did they like the best? Me, I liked it all. I would have to say I liked the muffin the best. Even though my muffin stuck, I still liked it. I thought it was pretty cool coming from pancake mix. All right, so there you have it. I hope you try it. I hope you like it. Leave me a comment. Either way, see you later. Bye.